If your calendar is full, but your bank account still feels wrong, you may not have a sales problem. You may have a cash leak after the sale. A lot of business owners think the answer is more leads, more phone calls, more estimates, more booked jobs. And sometimes that is true. But before you chase more sales, you need to ask yourself a harder question. Is the money you already sold actually making it all the way through the business? Because revenue is not the same thing as profit. And a sold job is not the same thing as collected cash. That is where a lot of owners get hurt. Not before the sale, but rather after the sale. This is what I mean by a cash leak. A cash leak is your money your business should have kept, but lost somewhere inside the operations. Not because one huge thing went wrong, but because small things keep slipping through over and over again. It may be unbilled work. Your team did the work, the customer got the benefit, but the extra labor, materials, or change never made it into the invoice. The job got done, but the money did not. It can be callbacks. A callback is not only just annoying, it is margin leaving the building. You already paid for the labor once. You already sent the truck once. Now you are having to do it all over again. And typically it's for free. It can be weak documentation. No photos, no notes, no clear scope, no signed approval. So when there is a question later, the business has nothing solid to stand on. Documentation is not paperwork. Documentation is protection. It can be accounts receivable. The invoice gets sent, then it sits, then the owner remembers it at night. Then another week goes by. That is not a collection process. That is hope wearing a tool belt. And sometimes it is just process failure. Every job closes differently. Every technician documents differently. Every invoice depends on someone remembering what happened. That is not an operating system. That is memory. And memory gets very expensive. So when I say, where did $80,000 go? I'm not saying every contractor is losing that exact number. The number is the point. If you're doing 500,000, 1 million or more in revenue, you do not need a disaster to lose serious money. You just need small leaks that never get fixed. Here is the practical move. Pull your last 10 completed jobs, not your best jobs, not just the clean ones, the last 10. And ask 5 questions. Was every job invoiced quickly? Was every extra charge captured? Did any job create a callback? Was the job documented clearly? And does every unpaid invoice have a follow-up date? That is a basic cash leak audit. Simple, nothing fancy, but very, very revealing. Because before you spend more money trying to get more work, you need to know if your operation is protecting the work you already sold. That is the first operating principle. Profit is not just made when the job is sold. Profit is protected after the job is sold. Next lesson, we are going to break down one of the quietest leaks in any contracting business: 2 unbilled jobs per week. Systems, structure, scale.